News Channel 5 on your side presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast today. Women of Color Foundation, in partnership with the Cleveland Clinic, hosts its 5th annual dialogue series for women in leadership on March the 23rd. Chairwoman and founder Alexandria Boone is here, along with Joy Jones, Senior Organizational Effectiveness Consultant at Cleveland Clinic, to tell us more about this free event. Later on, we'll hear from Deborah Green of Medical Mutual of Ohio. She'll tell us about an event honoring senior volunteers. And on the broadcast after that, Monica Starks will talk about kidney disease, along with Ronnie Thompson, who will be with us as well. They're going to talk about something special regarding kidney disease and a way that you can help fight this disease with a Bike, Walk, and Run Awareness Day. Good afternoon. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with one of our semi-regulars around here, Alex Boone, Chairwoman and founder of Women of Color Foundation. She's brought with her Joy Jones, Organizational Effective Consultant at Cleveland Clinic. Good to have you with us.
Thanks.
You've got a big event called Women of Color. Tell me about this Women of Color event that's going to take place and what it is.
Yeah, we've got something happening with our partners at Cleveland Clinic. They have an employee resource group called Women in Search of Excellence, and so this is our 2nd year partnering with them to bring a training and executive development program to the women and employees at Cleveland Clinic, as well as the general public.
You've been doing this for some years now, getting women organized.
Too long.
No, it's never too long.
I know I look young, but
yeah,
too long.
You are young. You and I are approaching the same age.
That's
so
right.
We're still young.
Yeah, we're still young.
Tell me, Joy Jones of Cleveland Clinic, what's the clinic's involvement on all of this now?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think you're probably familiar with our mission, which is to take better care of the sick, investigate their problems, and educate those who serve. So that is part of it. So WEWS is a networking, professional development organization for women, and we are so pleased to have partnered with Alex and the Women of Color Foundation the past 2 years. And this year we'll be doing a program on March 23rd called Developing and Defining Your Professional Brand, and it is on our main campus, where we have a great panel set up, moderated by Jan Murphy, who many know as our former CEO or president, I will say, of Fairview Hospital.
Yeah, this is a free event, right, Alex?
It is. It's free and open to the public, but they have to register in advance because our capacity is only 200.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you want? What do you want people to walk away with if they come to this event, or when they come to this event?
Okay, we want them to walk away feeling motivated and inspired to protect their professional brand, because, you know, in the workplace, so often people may perceive you a certain way when you're not really actually that way. And if you don't have anybody in the room to speak on your behalf, you need to know and understand your professional and your personal brand as well.
Okay. Of course, not everybody is in a leadership role. Many people are followers. I mean, we all lead in some other area, but we follow. What can somebody who is not in a leadership role get from going to a dialogue series about women in leadership?
Well, that's a great question, Leon. The bottom line is, no matter where you are in terms of your career, your professional brand is important, because how people see you in the organization, especially an organization the size of Cleveland Clinic, will impact your career rise or just staying status quo.
Let's talk a little bit about the Cleveland Clinic now. The clinic is involved in a lot of different things. Why is it involved in it? Why does it see this as vital, what we're doing here on Wednesday, March the 23rd at the noon hour?
Yeah, well, we want the Cleveland Clinic to be a best place for women to work, and female caregivers are, I think, about 60% of our workforce, and it's so important that we have the confidence and the skills to do our job every day. So that's why the Cleveland Clinic is so supportive of WEWS. Our chief of staff is actually our executive sponsor of it, and so it's taken very seriously. People that come to this event, I think, and most of our WEWS events really do come away with some key thoughts and skills about how they can enhance their own development. And you're right. You know, we have more caregivers than we do leaders, and so everyone has to be a leader in their own right in what they do every day.
Even if it's at home, somebody's got to lead the charge at home.
That's right.
Well, and you think about women, right? So we're in the community, we're in our churches, we're in our schools, we're doing all kinds of things. So, you know, and this is where I think, you know, Alex gets the call from people all the time. right? And because her professional brand is she gets it done, and she gets it done well.
Yeah. Let's give it a good plug. It's going to be on Wednesday, March the 23rd at noon. It's going to be at the Cleveland Clinic's main campus in the Bunce Auditorium. This is a free event, but you got to get registered.
Right.
Yeah, and you can go to womenofcolorfoundation.com. We've got that on the screen. Get more information. Or you can telephone 216-391-4300, extension 307.
Correct.
This is vital stuff for you. You've been doing this, as we said, for years.
Right.
This keeps you going.
It does. I mean, you know, Gap Communications Group is how I earn my living, but Women of Color Foundation, that's my passion. It's almost like a ministry. And this is our 14th year. Who thought we would still be here? And in 2017, we'll be celebrating our 15th anniversary, and we're going to have our second Hall of Fame induction ceremony in 2017.
Okay, well, good for you. This event is free, but refreshments will be served. But you've got to register for a free event because we can only hold so many people in the auditorium.
Exactly.
216-391-4300, extension 307. I've got the number on the screen there. Or you can go to womenofcolorfoundation.com. It's vital for Cleveland Clinic as well in our final 10 seconds.
Yeah, we really believe women are major parts to making people well, and educating them to do that every day is so important to us.
Many thanks. Joy Jones, Senior Organizational Effectiveness Consultant, Cleveland Clinic, and Alexandria Boone, Chairwoman and Founder of Women of Color Foundation. Many thanks for being on the broadcast.
Thank you, Leon. Appreciate it very much.
I'm taking a break. I'll be right back. My name is Leon Bibb. We call ourselves Kaleidoscope. Back shortly. Good to have you back with more of Kaleidoscope. I'm guested today by Deborah Green. She's Vice President for Social Responsibility and Chief Diversity Officer for Medical Mutual of Ohio. Good to have you with us. As always, Deborah, she's one of our regulars around here.
Thank you. It's like being at home.
Yeah, well, it is home. It's home for me, home for you.
Yeah,
Always good to sit here at my dining room table. Tell me about, you've got the Outstanding Senior Volunteer Awards program coming up that Medical Mutual has. Now, what is that all about?
Well, it's coming up on May 26th at the Shaker Heights Country Club. And it's an event that we've been hosting for, this will be 26 years, believe it or not. And it's an event where we honor senior volunteers, people that are 60 years and over who do great things in the community to help their neighbors. Volunteering at the food bank, the American Red Cross, whatever. What we do, we feel like it's important what they do in the community. They're really making our lives better. So we honor them by bringing them into a luncheon where they, their families, the organizations that nominate them can come and enjoy a lunch, a speaker, and it's all about celebrating them.
Yeah, when is this going to be?
It's May 26th.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Thursday.
At the Shaker Heights Country Club.
Yes.
You really want to honor, like we're looking at pictures from last year's event, you really want to honor those volunteers in our community.
Right.
They keep the community going, don't they?
Yes, they do. And what's interesting is that they're usually so humble. They don't want the recognition. That's not why they do it. They do it because we're all here to serve.
Yeah.
So they will be reluctant about coming and accepting that recognition. But we feel, because as you said, they keep the community going. You know, we're a company that's been here for 80+ years. If we don't do things like giving back and philanthropy, what's going to happen to our city? So they play a major role. So what we do is to recognize their efforts.
You're always taking there's a nomination process where people can nominate one of these wonderful volunteers in the community. How does that work?
Well, what we do, we reach out to nonprofit organizations and charitable organizations in the area to say, hey, do you have a wonderful volunteer that you'd like to recognize? They then fill out a nomination, send it in to us. Once their nominee has been selected, then the nominee gets invited along with the organization and the family, and they come and just celebrate. So really, we're still accepting nominations now. So if organizations are listening, they should send in a nominee. Unfortunately, you can't self-nominate yourself, but organizations can nominate.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, someone could drop a dime for you.
Drop a dime for you.
Right.
What's the process now? How do they get that name into the nomination
Well,
process?
they can reach out to our website. I think they're going to be putting the link up on the screen. Or they can call in to Tracy Haynes at 216-687-7282 to get a nomination form.
Okay, we'll get that on the screen. If we don't have it on, we're going to get that. 687-618-687.
7282 is the phone number. There may have a fax number too, I believe, that Maureen has.
We'll get that on the screen. Maureen Bailey, by the way, our executive producer who's in the control room. Or you can go to medicalmutual.com/senior awards. More information on everything we're talking about. This keeps you going. I mean, you're Vice President for Social Responsibility, and this is a responsibility that Medical Mutual takes really to heart.
Right, and it comes from the top down. You know, Rick Chiricosta is our president and CEO. It's not just something we talk about and we put in print. We actually believe that, and we walk it every day in all of the things that we do. And if you think about it, 26 years of doing this, it is important, and it continues to grow. We have about 300 people that come out. We not only do it in Cleveland, but we also host the event in Toledo and Columbus, and it's a huge celebration.
Yeah. Are there some moments that you remember that really stand out, that really are reflective for you?
Yeah, you know, when you see someone 80 years old, and I recall this gentleman in his 80s who reluctantly comes to the stage to accept his award, and he talks about the importance of giving and how the Lord blessed him to be here. So when I listen to that, it really inspires me to want to do more. And our hope is that as people leave that event each year, they go and they get out there and they sign up to volunteer, because that's a lot of what we want to do also, is to encourage other people to give back, because as we give back, we're really making our community better.
You know, a lot of the heavy lifting in our country, and I say that lovingly, a lot of the work gets done by people who don't get paid to do it.
Isn't that something?
They see a need.
Right.
You got religious organizations who are feeding the homeless or whatever.
Right. Right.
And they see a need, and that's the theme that runs through what you're doing with these senior volunteer award programs.
Right, and it's really, you know, I think about it in my role of social responsibility, it's really a blessing that each and every day I go to work at Medical Mutual and I get paid to be the ears and the eyes of looking at issues and concerns for our community. That's awesome, that every day that's what I do, is serve. And it's important now with the whole change of our department title. It was community outreach, but it's beyond the outreach. It's being a socially responsible corporate citizen, so that people want to work with us and people want to do business with us.
Sometimes these volunteers can inspire the people who run organizations, the CEOs or people like you who are vice presidents of organizations. You get an inspiration from these folks.
Yeah, I wish you would come one year to see. It's really awesome, all the chatter and the laughter and the pride of family members to see their loved ones up and be recognized. We do a platinum, a gold, a silver, and a bronze award, and we also honor about 10 to 15 honorable mention winners.
We've got information where you can get more information on everything that we're talking about. If you give Tracy Haynes a phone call there at that number 687-6164, you see that down at the bottom of the screen, or you can go to medicalmutual.com/senior awards on everything we're talking about. And Deborah, I'm going to try and make this. I'll try and make this. I'll try and make this. All these organizations that sit at this table are worthwhile. They're all worthwhile. I cannot make them all personally because I still got to come here and do what I do.
Well, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be here to talk about it.
Always good to have you here.
I appreciate that.
One of the great people in Northeast Ohio.
Thank you, Leon.
Deborah Green, Vice President for Social Responsibility and the Chief Diversity Officer for Medical Mutual of Ohio.
Thanks
good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, too.
Okay. I'll take a break. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about Kidney Awareness Month after this. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Glad to have you with us. March is Kidney Awareness Month, and Monica Starks and Ronnie Thompson of the Monica Starks Foundation are here to tell us what to expect throughout the month. They'll discuss a fundraiser taking place this summer to benefit the foundation. Good to have you with us, Monica Starks, seated on the left, and Ronnie Thompson, chairperson of a Bike, Walk, and Run for Awareness, seated on the right. Let's begin with you, Monica. First off, welcome. But tell me about March is National Kidney Month. Tell me what that means now.
Well, thanks for having us. Yes, National Kidney Disease Awareness Month is March, and it's a very important opportunity for those in the kidney disease community to get to share information about the disease, that it exists, what the risk factors are, and most importantly, to encourage preventative testing, early testing.
That's why you started the foundation, the Monica Starks Foundation.
Yes, I started the foundation because I actually have kidney disease myself, and I kind of felt alone when I was diagnosed early on. And as I learned more, I found out that the early stages don't have any symptoms. And what could have been different for me had I known when I was in my early stages. I was diagnosed, I was in failure, in renal failure. And it was simply because I didn't have any symptoms in my early stages. When I became symptomatic, I was in failure.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be important information to share with other people, to encourage them to be tested to find out if they had kidney disease and didn't know it before they were symptomatic and in failure.
When did you find out you had kidney disease?
In August of 1999.
You're doing okay now? How you doing?
I'm doing
How
fair.
You feeling? Doing fair?
I feel pretty good. Pretty good.
So there's hope out there for folks who go through this, obviously.
There is hope. Every person deals with it differently. The effects are different for each person. I do dialysis every other night at home. And so I have longer treatments, 6 to 8 hours. And because I have longer treatments, I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
It does help with feeling pretty good, but not every day is good. It's not an easy life to live as a dialysis patient. There's things that pop up periodically. And that's what I want to try to save other people from having to deal with.
So we have to make them aware of what's going on out there.
Right.
One of the things we're going to do to make them aware is we've got a bike, walk, and run for awareness. And Ronnie Thompson is the chairperson of that. Tell me about this event, which is going to be taking place. And this is in August. We're doing this in August the 28th. Tell us about this event.
Good morning. Thank you. Well, this will be the first annual Monica A. Starks Foundation Bike Run Walk-a-thon, and like you said, it'll be August, which is a Sunday, August 28th. So it's just going to be an atmosphere to allow people to get educated, allow people to have fun, allow people to exercise. We want to make sure we're in a position to put information out in the community, but mainly just to get people aware of the effects and the, you know, things that go along with kidney disease through a fun atmosphere.
We're going to make them awareness, and we're going to have some fun along the way.
Absolutely.
So if we can get them in for having fun, we can give them some information which can save their lives and keep them going. It's going to be at the Egbert Picnic area in the Bedford Reservation of the Cleveland Metro Parks. That's Sunday, August the 28th, and we're going to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we got a bike, walk, and run for awareness. This is vital. This is vital to you to get this word out.
It definitely is. Definitely.
And you want folks to come to this bike, walk, and run so they can get some information and have some fun along the way. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to put a phone number on the screen. You can get more information on everything we're talking about. It is 216-324-1211. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Or you can go to monicastarks.com. You want people to get involved.
Yes.
And come to this event.
Yes.
And learn more about the Monica Starks Foundation as well. You could always use a couple of bucks to keep the foundation going too, right?
What we're doing, we're asking, of course, for people to register. We also are going to do where people can pledge, you know, so if you're going to participate, then someone may pledge $30 for you to do 3 miles or so. So yes, we need to raise money. That's the importance of this event, to provide the education throughout the year to inform people of kidney disease. So yes, we need to make money. That is the purpose of the event. Thank you. Okay. Absolutely.
Oh, certainly. That's going to be Sunday, August the 28th at the Bedford Reservation of the Cleveland Metro Parks. We're really going to rally around the Egbert picnic area of the Bedford Reservation of the Cleveland Metro Parks. Sunday, August the 28th, starting in the morning around 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
You know, and I've got about 20 seconds remaining. This is vital, what we're talking about. Everything, but we're talking about saving lives, aren't we?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you're an example of you can still be here. You can have kidney disease, and you can still be here.
Right.
Okay.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, and you're a powerful woman. Good to have you with us, Monica Starks. We wish you well, too. Founder of the Monica Starks Foundation. Ronnie Thompson, she's chairperson of the Bike, Walk, and Run for Awareness event, which is Sunday, August 28th at the Bedford Reservation of Cleveland Metro Parks. Good to have you, ladies.
Thank you.
Take care and be well.
You
God
too.
bless you both.
Thank you.
I'll take a break. The Urban League, Cordell Stokes will be here talking about an event going on and a big activity at the Urban League as well after this. Time now for a segment with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. You know, minorities and women between 21 and 32 years old who live in the Greater Cleveland area may apply by March the 28th to participate in the Work Now Construction Initiative. Cordell Stokes is business advisor for the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. He's here to tell us more about it. Hey, Cordell.
Leon, good morning to you. How are you?
Okay, Work Now Construction Initiative.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that.
Well, this is the second piloted project. If you recall, at the very beginning of the year, we had Glenn Shoemate with us from the Construction Employers Association to assist me in communicating that we were launching one of two pilot initiatives called Work Now Construction Initiative. As you alluded to earlier, we're targeting women and minorities who are 21 years of age to 32 as a cap. This is a very competitive process. The program is funded, no cost to the participants. We will incorporate drug testing, requirements for meeting certain thresholds of math and reading levels. However, in order to apply, number one thing is make sure you want to have a career in construction. So you will have to go to www.ceacisp.org. Then you will go to the Advanced the Industry tab, and then you will click on the Work Now Construction Initiative tab.
And we're talking
Complete
about getting in
application.
the construction business where you can make a pretty good buck.
Absolutely, because you're
Building
talking
roads
14
and
or more.
buildings or whatever.
Absolutely.
But you got to bring that work ethic with you now.
You must.
So what's the Urban League? We got about 40 seconds remaining. What's the Urban League going to do? You get them literally into the pipeline. You get them some education in the construction business.
Well, number one, it's in partnership with the Construction Employers Association, who represents all of the major union contractors who build and hire in the city. The Urban League will recruit. We will do the assessment, qualification, then we will incorporate the soft skill training, then work with CEA in order to help them get employed.
Okay, good luck. That's going to do it for us. Take care, everybody.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.